Welcome back. In the backyard we had a little bit of snow last night, froze up the ground a little bit. I can let the dogs out a bit. It's great. What do we have today? Something from a blast from the past, okay? It's been out for over 5 years. The Parrot ANAFI, okay? I've got my 10-inch tablet with my homemade tablet holder, a couple of broccoli bands and a hairband. Perfect, okay? I've got my automatic starter because I had a problem with the switch that was in here. Okay, so I have to plug this in to get it started. It's great, works fine. If I want to charge it up, shove a toothpick in there, close it a little bit, plug it in, starts up. Something happened to the switch in there. But the ANAFI, a half a decade of technology ago, okay, and this is what we have. And I'll show you what I've done in the settings, okay, but way ahead of its time. It's got one of the smallest propellers of all the video drones, and I did find, and I'll put a thing up here, a link to the sequence that I found protected the propellers the most. It's not perfect, but it's better than leaving them open and just let them randomly fire up, because they do chip very easily, especially in the cold. Okay, so negatives to the ANAFI, it doesn't have great range, but it has 4K 30 and it even has a DCI mode, which is what we're going to do today. Okay, I fired up the batteries. I hope everything's working right. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, so we're going to fire this up here. We've got the light flashing there. We're going to start this. One click. And I showed you a picture of how it was presented there. We have a blue flashing light on the bottom. We have initialization of the props. And we're just waiting for that gimbal to fire up and go boop, 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 boop. There it goes. Boop, 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 boop. Beautiful. Okay, and we're waiting for a solid blue light here, which now we have. Solid blue, whoop, here we go. Solid blue light. We can plug this in. There we go. And we have, what do we have? Well, it didn't start, but we'll start it anyway. There we go. And why don't we have anything? Okay. There we go. Okay. Always something, isn't it? It's always something. But we've got this here. So we know we've got, let's get this little do recorder thing going here. 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay. We know we've got 98% on the battery here. Okay, we're good. Green GPS. That's good. Let's go back. Beautiful screen here. On the controller, we got 80%, 79%. Nothing's asking for an update. We've got the latest versions, which haven't changed in years. Go to the fly. Here we go, okay? You can download maps, which is great for this, okay? But here we've got 4K, 24 frames per second. And if we look at the 24 frames per second, 4K, look at that, eh? The size of it, 4,000, 2160, right? Massive. Okay, let's get this down. So everything's in auto. We have the two paddles here, which I absolutely love, okay? This one is for the gimbal, up and down, down, up. And this one, zoom. In we go. Look at that, eh? Nice and smooth, and out. Okay, we're ready to take off. And remember, when it lands, it comes down, and if you let it return home, it'll come down to about 1 meter off the ground and stay there. Then you have to land it. But if you want to hand catch it and you press the land button, it's going to go boom into your hand. Okay, it does have a heavy landing. I have protective feet on mine, so let's get this up, see what happens. It started the video already. Okay, so this is how I have to hold it. Okay, and I can go up and down, up and down. See, I can go down with the gimbal here. I can go up with the gimbal here. I can zoom in with this one, and I can come back with this one. There we go. Let's go with a little flight around. I'm going to see what this is like before I go to full video. Okay, it's beautiful and slow. Okay, and it's in film mode, so it's very slow, which I really like. Okay, you have to watch that 94% film mode. Very good. The dogs are in the corral up there because they've been out. There we go. Beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. And it's super, super quiet. Like I can come up this close, and it's so super quiet. It's unbelievable. Really quiet. I love it. I mean, if Parrot was in the business now of drones, it would be amazing. Oh, somebody got out. I'll get them back in a little later. Anyway, let's turn this around and let's get up and do some flying. It's very slow. I might have to change it, but this is cinematic. So let's see what happens. We're there at 90%. Battery doesn't last that long, about half an hour. But let's see what we got when we get to that. There we go. Okay, we're going to go forward and up. Ta-da! And we're home again. So let's bring this back to us. Over. And we'll cut out the video where we don't want it. Down we go. See what happens when we put our hand underneath. else fails, we'll hit the landing button. Pizza landing, beautiful. Okay, here we go. The Parrot ANAFI, okay? You will have seen the video. I haven't seen the video yet. What's it like? Tried to play around with it a little bit, but it's stock video. I don't enhance anything. I don't oversaturate things. I don't customize them. Whatever comes out of the cards, what I load all the time. The only difference would be in a lot of them I make take it in 2.7K and I might render it in 1080. But this one, I'm not going to render it in 4K. There's no real reason to, okay? But I want to just see the difference, okay? And, or maybe I will. Maybe I'll put a separate video up just in 4K. So then there won't be all this chitter chatter. Maybe that'll be the way to do it, okay? But the Parrot ANAFI, this thing has been through a lot. See all the scrapes and scuffs there? See them? Okay. That's from our last house. It was on the driveway and I tried to hand catch or launch or something. It flipped over and boom, crashed. The other thing is, can you see that under there? Okay, the crack in the camera. Okay. That was when we hit the pole down here doing an orbit around a car and I didn't see the pole. They had a white pole sticking up by a tree. Bang. Went into the snowdrift, got buried. Dug it out, cleaned it off, and away it goes. So yeah, this thing's technology, and it's got a fan. It's got the fan as well, okay? I mean, they were so far ahead of the game, so far ahead of the game. And it just works. It just works. And it's a 2 gimbal axis. Okay? Two gimbal axis? Wow. It's a 2-axis gimbal, okay? It's amazing. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It says 21 megapixel, 4K, HDR, 1.24 or something like that. What does that say? Okay, can you read that? Okay, a little shaky maybe, but there we go. Yeah, it's way ahead of its time. Okay, I think it's 2 axis. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2 axis, I believe. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Okay, Winter Wonderland, beautiful. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Don't forget, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and if you feel like it, buy me a coffee. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye now.